Hello everyone, Shammo here, all the way from Karachi, Pakistan, and I'll be hosting the Champions Trophy edition of The Couch, Proteas Uncut. And today on The Couch, I'm going to have our fitness trainer, Reneshan Moodley, the guy that thinks he's funny but he's not, Rassi van der Dussen, that loves going to the bush but for the wrong reasons, and Tony Dezorzi, the guy that thinks he's good in front of the camera but he's not.
Yes, nice culture. I was expecting a pockle and a scarf on arrival, yeah?
Hello, Shammo. Testing.
Hi, I'm Reneshan Moodley, strength and conditioning coach with the Protea men's red and white ball. My claim to fame is being the strongest and the fittest guy in the whole entire squad.
I am now on the other side of the couch.
For a guy that's great when he's on the other side of the camera with the mic, that's a rubbish start. Can we have that again, please?
I'm excited to be on the other side of the couch.
Are you nervous or are you excited?
No, I have no emotion regarding this really. We'll see where it goes. I don't know what to do. I wasn't briefed, so I was just walking in the hall and got called in. So let's see what happens. We're in Pakistan at the moment, so we're only allowed to be in the hotel. We're not allowed to go anywhere anyway, so something to do at least.
Well, that's why we've brought you here, Russ. We've taken you out of your room and brought you to a different room, you know, just a change of setting.
Change of, similar, but change of location, yes.
And you know, we're just upgrading you because your room doesn't have a couch. So we've
True.
given you a big couch
So
to
it's
sit
maybe
on.
better. It's
Yeah.
maybe better.
Moodles, how's the tour going so far?
Yeah, the tour's been going well. Becoming one with my inner self in my room. We haven't seen much. The only things we basically see is empty roads and a little bit of security. But it's been really good in terms of cricket and our preparations and stuff like that. But yeah, interesting to say the least. It's a bit of a trial for when we come back here in November.
Tony, you've recently done a poll on social media.
Yes.
For the people that might not be following you on social media, can you just explain what this is?
The poll was for Lungi's decision to wear the hotel slippers that you get for free to training. I wanted to find out what people thought about it because personally I think it's disgusting behavior. These are supposed to be worn in your room. I'm not even a fan when you wear them to breakfast, but Lungi has the gall to wear them to training.
Well, look, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, this is Lungi, a guy that's been known to wear shorts with formal shoes
Yes.
and a t-shirt from Tux to
Yes.
the beach with jeans. And so, yeah, his fashion choices obviously have been questionable for as long as we remember. So
100%.
I suppose we can forgive him for that. Lungi actually phoned me because he's ripped his ones to shreds. He phoned me yesterday to ask if he could have my hotel slippers. And then he said he's going to phone reception and ask them for about 10 pairs so he can keep those with him on tour. I believe you've been given a new nickname on tour by Keshav Maharaj. Can you please explain?
Well, at times when the guys make me upset, I bring out my inner Bruce Lee and I become Mr. Moodley.
Yes, so the Indian Bruce Lee is called Moodley. That's where this name comes from. What's your go-to joke that you normally tell guys?
Can I get some water quickly? This might be dry.
Oh my word. Oh my word. There's something that just came to my mind now. I see you've got the dreadlocks. When we were teammates at the Titans, you had short hair, almost like spiky vibes.
Yes.
So what brought about the change? Do you feel you've started batting better since you've had the dreadlocks and now it's like a bit of a superstition?
No, I don't think it's affected my back. If anything, it's a bit hotter under my helmet now because there's no air coming through. But it happened like 4 years ago. I think I had like a lot of time on my hand in the off season, and my hair was really long. And then I literally just drove past this place and parked outside. It was called Dreadlocks City in Claremont, Cape Town. And I was going to another store and the guy saw me walk past and he said, "Hey bro, I think you should try to do some like they call hip hop dreads, which is like really short ones." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I don't actually mind Why don't I give it a go? I'm not trying to look too cool for anyone. Then I tried it, I enjoyed it. And he just said if we let it organically grow, it'll be pretty cool. So it kind of just started from there, and that's all that happened.
Okay, well, I have an old picture, funny enough. Would you like to show the viewers this photo? You look a little bit like Brandon King from West Indies.
Let me see this photo. Sure. It's tough being handsome. This is the photo of me when I was still at the Tetons. This is in the Seychelles. Believe it or not, still did damage with that short hair. So either way, I'm winning.
And I believe this is pre-tattoo days. You didn't really have many tattoos.
No, I think I only had like 3 at that time.
And it is a bit of a thing, eh? Once you start, then it's hard to stop. Do you want to show some of your tattoos and just explain what's...
Yeah, they are pretty addictive. This is like a Japanese style. There's kois going upstream, which kind of symbolizes going against the grain, which is something I believe in. And the second one I got when I'd made my Proteas debut, so kind of like a reminder to myself that being who I am and going against the grain and doing my own thing worked, and I can keep doing that. Then there's like a bear and some trees in the woods. The trees symbolize members of my family, and then I would be the bear, can I say? And then obviously I have my faith, which is the cross, the anchor to remain grounded and humble. So they're just like little stories, and then I kind of always trust the artist to do his thing. I give an idea or outline and let them do their thing. I don't try to get them to copy anything, because then I feel like you're not asking them to be an artist, you're asking them to just be a copy and paste person. So I feel like once you let the artist express themselves, the work comes out better. And I think it came out pretty well.
I must say the recovery facilities have been world class. Probably the best that I've personally seen. Do you agree?
Yeah, I've seen it and used it. But according to your question, you've only seen it. I don't know if you used it yet.
See, he's taking on the guy that's in charge of the mic. Not going to end well. But on that note, who's usually the first in the gym and who's usually the first out of the gym?
Actually, my 2 favorites are back. So I've got Tristan and Ryan. So they're normally the first, the last in the gym. Actually, I just had a session with those 2 now. So in terms of training, they are a couple of the better trainers.
Okay, and then shifting a little bit, who spends the most time at the food station during a game?
Well, it depends on the situation. Ryan, when he gets out early, doesn't stop eating. So whether it's sweets, chocolates, food, he just doesn't stop. So he's probably first and last in the gym, but also first and last at the table.
So I've recently been told that you have always got a book in your hand in the change room.
Yes.
So I just want to know, how many pictures does that book have? Because you don't come across as a reader, so I'm assuming you're just having a look at all the pictures and enjoying that, because I don't think there's much reading going on there.
I'm actually an avid reader, as you can tell by my command and capture of the English language. So this book doesn't have a lot of pictures, it has more diagrams. It was a suggestion from Vian. He read it a couple of years ago. He said it's Shane Watson's book called, I think it's The Winning Mentality or something like that, or Winning Mindset. So I thought it'd be an interesting book. I get most of my suggestions from Vian or Rix, because Rix also reads a lot. And then I read a lot of my own stuff on the side. So I just finished Breathe by James Nestor. It's a book about nasal breathing and the benefits of it and how we as a society aren't breathing correctly. But that book, Shammo, doesn't have any colorful images.
Yeah, I think also, I don't think you need to read a book in order to learn how to breathe. That's something that comes naturally to us since the day we're born, since the second we come out into this world. So, yeah, I think you could have utilized your time slightly better.
I'm actually going to give you the book and give it to you because it goes against everything you just said and everything that came out of your mouth about the fact that, yes, breathing is unconscious activity, but conscious breathing can change your life. I think there's even an interview with Novak Djokovic, who's the best tennis player in the world, arguably one of the best ever, and he makes mention of the fact that breathing, nasal breathing in particular, is something that he put into his career later on, and it changed his life and his playing, so it might actually help you with your bowling, Dogger.
All right, fair enough.
Or fielding.
Fair enough. I mean, you mentioned nose and you mentioned mouth. I think people do know that's the only two ways you can breathe. So thanks for that information. We didn't really need that, and I'm glad that you've read that book on the behalf of all our viewers and everybody else that may be listening. So yeah, thanks for that, dog. You know, like as the Proteas team, a lot of the times when it's pre-season and team building, we always go to the bush. The boys are really excited to see leopards and lions and elephants and all those kind of things. Rumor has it that you're not interested in any of that. You like to find birds and annoys the guys when we have to stop to look at a bird in a tree when we're rushing to try and find a lion. Is it as great as it sounds? Well, it doesn't sound great, but to make you feel nice, we're going to say it's great.
Yeah, it is, and you're not right. I still like seeing the big stuff. It's always nice to see the big stuff. But yeah, I'm lucky to have spent a lot of time in the bush growing up. So seen elephants and lion. That's quite a few times in my life. So I enjoy the finer aspects of nature, which obviously birds, plants, all those sort of things. But yeah, I do cop a bit of flack from the guys when we're in the bush for some sort of event or team building. But I take it on the chin. There's one or two guys that's interested as well. So we sort of flock together. Yeah, it just basically shows them that I just know a bit more about the bush than them. So I think that's why they act out.
There's a picture that I have on my phone. I'd just like you just to explain that picture to our viewers and just let us know, there I was and what were you thinking. So this is a picture. We're going to link this in the video. I'm going to show it to Moodles first.
Well,
This is the post from our fitness trainer Moodles. I'm a bit shocked that a father can post something like this. And I'm not too sure why his mouth is like open like that to emphasize the amount of effort I'm assuming he put into the session. Or he just poured water on his face and went like... But yeah, look, it's a sad state of affairs from a guy I really enjoy and I really love working with, but that social media post is not his best work.
we had a bit of a training session with the team, and I was obviously asked to train with the team, and pretty tough workout. And the cameraman, actually it wasn't Spare, he actually caught me mid sweat and mid whatever you want to call it, and I just gave a little flex, have to show them what the workout was about. But yeah, so that's not much to explain about that. Pretty average photo, but it created the traction I needed it to create.
So what's your caption on that picture? Can you just read it out for me?
From the Vintage Sweat collection.
Okay, and
I can see what picture you're bringing up now.
one of our players, Bashir Walters, plays domestic cricket, says...
Still playing domestic cricket.
Still playing domestic cricket. He called you a sweating cook sister syrup. Pretty accurate. And Layden Hamid, the Titans fitness trainer, just asked, Moodles, are you okay? Question mark. Are you okay?
I'm very okay. Just to reply to Bash's comment, I don't think I did. But if there's anyone who's sweating cook sisters, it's probably him.
Well, Moodles, I don't think you've covered yourself in glory with that post. But I see your...
It did create a bit of traction.
Well...
Any publicity is good publicity.
Well, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Ranesh and Moodley. Any publicity is good publicity, according to him. About cricket and teammates and all of that. If you could be teammates with any retired cricketer, who would it be and why?
I enjoyed when Rory Craneford was our coach at Western Province. He had a pretty cool perspective on the game, a little bit obviously more old school, liked having a beer after the game, chatting, really knowledgeable, and had like a cool way about him with regards to his perspective on life. So I enjoyed Rory. I think he would have been a cool teammate to have. Obviously, there are the greats like AB and Hash. I think Hash probably would have been another one from the South African batting perspective. I think just to be able to see how Hashim went about his everyday life, how he trained. There's obviously lots of stories. I'm quite close with Jonathan Van Dier, and he used to speak about how he would train when he came back from when he got dropped initially in the test stuff, how he was training from halfway using golf balls, all those kind of things. So just to, I think, see how he went about his business and just see how he was as a person. Obviously, he was very strong in his faith. So I think it would have been cool to experience something like that.
I think the guys speak that played with Graeme Smith. They speak highly of his aura and his presence, how he went about his business in terms of preparation and obviously playing the game. So I would have loved to experience that firsthand. Yeah, I'll choose Graeme Smith.
If you could play against any retired cricketer, who would that be and why?
I think it would have been cool to see Brian Lara live, play against him, because he was my favourite batsman going up. So I think him, or maybe like a really old school guy like a Vivian Richards or something. Just guys who had a completely different aura, different way of doing things. And I think it's similar to like when I played against India and Virat walked out, like the whole crowd lifts up, everyone in the field kind of like lifts the intensity. So I think, yeah, Brian Lara, Vivian Richards, just guys that I would never have the chance of watching. To have played against them would have been a pretty cool experience, I reckon.
It's a tough question because then you choose a bowler, but then you don't want to really face him. But then when you choose a batter, you know you have to field and watch him bat for the whole time. So I'd say Jock Cullis. And I know he'll probably would have made us field for 150 overs in a 4-day match, but yeah, by all accounts, he was so into his bubble. Yeah, I'd love to have seen that firsthand.
And then he would have gotten a lot of wickets and taken slip catches at the same time.
Yeah.
The game wouldn't have lasted long, I think.
Just him against us.
If you could invite 5 people to a dinner party, who would it be?
So let me go Kanye West, Tiger Woods. I'm going to go Guy Ritchie. Okay, because I like his movies, so I want to see how he goes about things. I'd go Sofia Vergara just for some sauce, and I would go. Who's that? Oh, Coco Gauff. I'd go Coco Gauff, the tennis player. Because she's a young legend, or she's going to probably become a legend. So I want to see, because she's been performing at the highest level since she was like 16.
Okay, interesting. You mentioned what Spanish actress?
Yeah.
How's your Spanish? Can you say something in Spanish for us?
No, I can't say anything in Spanish, but I'm just hoping at some point in the conversation or in the evening at dinner, she like slips in like puppy or something. That could be cool.
If you could invite 5 people to a dinner party, who would it be?
Okay, Madiba, Nelson Mandela first. He'll sit at the head of the table, he can tell the stories. I think, again, probably Graeme Smith. He'll sit there. Then I think I'll invite the current president, Cyril. He'll sit there. So a little bit of politics, a little bit of sport. And I got 2 more. It's really difficult. Owen Wilson, I think he's one of my favorite actors. And the next one will have to be a comedian, just so it's not too intense around that table. You still want to have a good time. Maybe like Kevin Hart. Yeah, I think it's an interesting. Geez, it's an interesting table, but okay, I might add or subtract some. I don't know, but let's go for that.
It's an interesting list, Rassie. And I think we're going to wrap up your debut on the couch with that.
It wasn't my strongest performance.
Yeah,
I don't feel like too confident about that, but
yeah, I think
that's fine.
if I have to be honest,
okay.
you probably bringing the grade average down with what you've produced
Yeah,
here in front
I
of the
haven't
camera.
been great. I'd like to apologize.
And you're generally much better than this. So
I know.
I think
No, I'm sorry.
when you go back to your room, you're just gonna have a think about this.
Just look
and
at
then
myself in the mirror.
if you're lucky enough to get a second go, please, you got to do better.
How does it work? The fan ratings depends who comes back, or
At the moment, it's just like whoever Lucy sees is free.
oh, okay, okay. I guess that's not too. Okay,
So
all right.
yeah,
Okay,
we'll move.
I'll take that on board. Thanks, Shammo. I feel like I needed to bring more wit and I don't know.
Yeah, thanks, Russ. I think you can just head back to your room and think about it.
Okay, sorry.
Cheers.
Sorry for that. Sorry you had to see that.